Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have, like, an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
When I performed Crazy in Love at the BET Awards, it was almost like my coming out. It was way better than I expected, and Sasha was in full effect. Sasha is my alter ego. And when people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha. And I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and nothing like Sasha. But I guess I wouldn't be very entertaining on the stage, so Sasha comes out, and she's fearless. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was going to be my coming out night for the BET Awards. Looking so crazy in love, got me looking so crazy in love.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Bob Dylan has been nominated.
I feel like, Sinatra. In my time, modern day Sinatra. So, I try to live up to that. I get possessed by the spirits. And so.
How are so many of Hollywood's most famous actors and actresses able to be so amazingly effective and convincing in their performances?
That guy was so electrifying that it came through the television.
How is it that they can move us to laughter, tears, or anger at the drop of a hat? Are they truly gifted with natural talent, as many suggest?
You see this and you're dazzled by their talent.
Do they possess a creative streak of genius that is unknown to most men? Or unknown to most men, are they in fact possessed? Is it possible that these actors and actresses are possessed by demonic spirits who have a specific agenda to fulfill? Oscar award-winning actor Denzel Washington told 60 Minutes exactly how he brings forth his best performances.
Basically what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision to play that.
What, are you gonna smoke that?
Nope, you are.
Hell if I am.
Yeah. You're Jesus freak. You're Jesus freak.
The one-woman entertainment empire known as Oprah has strong affiliations with the demonic realm. The most familiar face on television says,
"You can not only use your body and physical self. This is how I see acting. I ask my body to be the carrier for the spirits of those who have come before me in a way that is most meaningful to the character. Just become the vehicle for that character."
Calling out for these entities to take her over so that she may become a sparkling puppet, Oprah admits of her work before the camera.
I tried to empty myself and let the spirit inhabit me.
With her global influence, her shows have become a smorgasbord for the New Age agenda.
with the hurt, so that time is on and pocket trash.
That's my word. I never read the Bible in my life. I don't even know. Oh my God, do you trash? That's my word. I never read the Bible in my life. I don't even know. Oh my.
Make the music play, then nature took its course. Yeah. They put it all together, and now.
That's my word. I never read the Bible in my life. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. That's my word. I never read the Bible in my life. I don't even know. Oh my God, do you trash?
Born This Way is out now, and you have bared your soul. You've given, your lyrics are really important in all of this. You created this album with a theme about being true to yourself. Tell me how you did that, and tell me what that process was like.
I was just really inspired by the fans at the show, and I was inspired by the energy of the Monster Ball and how free everyone was, and so excited about the future and excited about being young and being happy and togetherness. One of my favorite things about the Monster Ball is people come alone. They'll come by themselves and then they'll leave with friends, lifelong friends. And just saying the album cover, which is me as half a female, half motorcycle, it's about the fusion of skin and metal, the fusion of reality and fantasy, the fusion of the real woman with the magic that's inside of me, and in my metaphor of saying the real you and the magic that's inside of you. So the fans are what keeps that alive in me, but what Born This Way is now is our attempt as a community to tell the world magic is not artificial, it's real. Theater is not artifice. Theater is not a joke.
I saw Judas. Do you have a lot of say in that? Like, do you help create that as well? Like the music video thing?
The video, yeah, well, I directed that video. I directed that video with Lorianne Gibson, who's so amazing. And I have always written all the treatments for my music videos.
You say on the song, You and I, there are only three men that you serve in your whole life.
Yes.
Okay, Daddy.
Yes.
That's your real dad.
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's not the state. And
I like the state.
I do like Nebraska. It's cold though. And Jesus.
What's wrong with cold? Are you from New York?
I'm from Boston.
Oh.
But it gets up.
Well, Boston's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's really
but,
cold. So who's Nebraska? Is Nebraska somebody?
I don't know. You have to listen to the song.
So I will.
I have no relation to the lyrical content of my music. I'm just the vessel.
That's a government hooker. Obviously, is it a political thing?
It's both. It's a fun pop song. I wanted to make an empowering record about, the women that are some of the most powerful women in history, the ones that were sleeping with the most powerful men in the world, and some of them were being paid and some of them weren't. And I just had this sort of fantasy of what they must have been privy to. I mean, what must they have known about before it actually happened?
I know, and it's creative, very artistic, like the video, and your clothes are. And as a guy, how do you walk? Do you have to learn how to walk? You get an outfit, and you're like, I got to learn how to walk in these shoes?
Well, do I have to? No, I'm a professional.
Okay.
And you need to learn how to walk in those.
I did.
They're
exactly, they're logging boots, Walmart specials.
I love Walmart.
So do I.
My album is going to be sold at Walmart.
Good girl. All right. Your outfits are one of a kind. You don't. When I look at your stuff, when I see you performing and stuff, I think Salvador Dali and MC Escher.
Nice.
You know MC. I love those guys.
Yes, I know who they are.
Okay. What do you want to do with your outfits? Where do they all go? Where does all this creativity go when you're done with it?
They go to that planet Goat that I was in the Born This Way video. The government-owned alien territory in space. I just send it all there. It's in a giant archive, just in sort of a centrifugal gravity situation.
Can people buy them, or do you just it's kind of like just there?
No, they'll just always be on my planet.
All right. When you get home, when you're just hanging out, do you ever just like pajamas, just kind of like take it all off and?
Yes, I take my clothes off.
All right, no.
Are you getting fresh now? And
No,
oh my God, I'm gonna smack you.
Good. I know I haven't lost my edge when I'm getting hit. I don't want to lose my edge. No, I think a lot of people, like myself, I see you as a beautiful Italian woman, and I always think, what's she like at home? You know, the hair.
Well, last night it was nice because my album leaked, and I was actually out at a bar having a drink, and when it leaked, I saw that it leaked on my phone, and I looked down, and I just put it away, and I had a few more drinks, and then I went upstairs, and I got a bunch of emails about how much the fans loved it, and I was so happy. And you know what I did?
What?
I just remember I closed my computer and I walked right into the kitchen in my apartment in Brooklyn, which is the same place I lived in 6 years ago. And listen to my New York accent's flying out of my body now. And I went into the kitchen and I made spaghetti with mussels and shrimp in white wine sauce. And I made myself dinner, yeah.
I like people.
I'm an Italian girl.
How many people I saw you going? What I took out of the video, again, I'm watching it from a layman's perspective, but like you went with Judas in the end. Is that correct?
No.
You went with Jesus? Because
You
there's one
didn't
guy
see
with
the
the thorns.
video.
I saw the thorns on his head. Who was the guy with the thorns on his head?
That would be Jesus Christ.
Okay, so who did you end up with? I couldn't understand the very end with falling on the floor, but I understood. Like I thought it was like a bad boy, and like the good guy.
Well, the video is a metaphor, and at the very end of the video,
I had to ask some friends because I was hearing a lot about her, and so they told me, you know, who she was and what she was doing. And I come from the school of thought. There's just some things that the public just shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like things that happen between two people, a wife and a husband, girl. I just don't think that it's for mass consumption. I just have always felt that way, and I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, you know, kind of bastardized, like whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success, and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
We will have an existential shock. A type 1 civilization has the power of an entire planet. They control the weather. They mine the oceans. They control volcanoes. They control earthquakes. The generation now alive is privileged to see the birth pangs of the birth of a new civilization.
And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord Jesus will overthrow with the breath of his mouth and destroy by the splendor of his coming. The coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with the work of Satan, displayed in all kinds of counterfeit miracles, signs, and wonders, and in every sort of evil that deceives those who are perishing. They perish because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion, so they will believe the lie. So then, brothers, stand firm and hold to the teachings we passed on to you, whether by word of mouth or by letter. May our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God our Father, who loved us and by his grace gave us eternal encouragement and good hope, encourage your hearts and strengthen you in every good deed and word.